HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys are well. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope your day has been good or your night. Welcome. Thank you again for joining me. Yes, I'll be previewing the Kangaroos who'll be versing Fiji Patti and saying that DJ hit that intro. Welcome again. Thank you again to the new HTB family subscribers. Thank you again for the engagement and obviously watching the videos. I appreciate it. It is what it is. Now, we look into this game here, right? And before I start as well, Bulavanaka, g'day. How's it going, mate? Yeah, you're right. Thought I'd just chuck a bit of an Australian accent there for you guys. Anyway. We got Fiji Patti versus Australia. The reality of this game here is simple as this, right? It's not going to be pretty. Now, granted, in saying that it's Fiji's first genuine crack, I think, at this Australian side. To be fair to you guys, you know, it's probably the most open World Cup campaign, as we've all been hearing. And as they, I suppose, lace up against Australia, I suppose it's still the same thing. Now, Australia will be absolutely ready for this game. There's no two ways about it, right? Their team list was announced yesterday, both these teams. And even though you could probably argue and say that Australia, you know, may or may not be at full strength, you know, granted who you'd rather have in the halves, nonetheless, it's still a potent squad, right? The likes of Tedesco, Adokar, Latrell Mitchell, Taulangi, right? Valentine Holmes. Obviously, in the halves, you got Munster, DZE, that Queensland combination, might I add. And obviously, again, in the hooking role, you got the likes of Grant and obviously Hunt. It's just such a potent squad all round. Fa'asua Maileaui. And then obviously, you got Crichton, Murray, Travojevic. Oh, look, it's Nathan Cleary and Yo aren't even playing. All right, this squad here is dangerous. It's potent. Now with Fiji, right? Turuva, Maika Sivo, you got Goroisau, Kikau, right? Manuel Leolevave, right? Masima, who I believe is in the 18th man bench. Sorry. So respectfully, again, you know, Stadurugu, despite Kamika, see all these names are popping up, but despite that, and despite that, the honest thing is that if you're looking at this squad at face value, as much as I really am happy about Fiji and their squad there, you still need to look and look at Australia, to be fair with you guys. Now, this game here for mine. Now, obviously, Fiji had a warm-up match against against England, in which didn't go according to plan. Now, granted, both teams did not have their strongest squad. However, Fiji still lost by 0 points to 50, right? Like that's just inexcusable in my opinion. Warm-up or not, you just don't lose like that. And now they suit up against, well, you know, favourites to win it all. Now, how does Fiji have a chance at, how do I break this down for you guys, really? Okay, so Fiji's chances, I think, lay in their backs, right? I can't even say that their backs are faster because Australia have some pretty fast players now, right? Particularly in Adokar, you know, especially with Latrell Mitchell. To be fair with you guys, Tedesco, you know, the Fijian back, sure, they've got Sivo, right? And I'm sure he'll be a bit of a speedster there. But ultimately speaking, I just don't think that's enough, to be fair with you guys. Now, again, as we keep talking, their best chances, Fiji's best chances are their backs, utilising their backs. Their hooking combination as well, particularly with Goroisau leading the park. You know, Brandon Wakeham is going to be leading the charge soon. You know, how do they sort of, again, align with their spine to try and find the best effective method? Fiji defensively, again, worrying signs, you know, specifically against a potent Australian team. But yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. I'm not going to try and talk about their forwards. It's against Australia, I don't think there's much to process there. Maybe Gigao again, but it just seems like Gigao, Kamika probably going to be the two players you're going to heavily rely on. Buai as well. Apologies if I didn't say that. I think it's Naka Buai. You know, potentially, but again, you know, more of the reliance is going to be on Korisa. I see him being the one that would be leading the game. Now, as for Australia, what do they have to do to win? They just have to show up, rock up, kick the ball, and that's it. I know it sounds simple, but the reality is Australia Don't need to do much. Now, I'm not going to say that Fiji won't have the intensity to match up Australia's, no. But in terms of Australia's just overall class, their spine, Tedesco, Munster, DCE, right? And then you've got Hunt, and then you got Harry Grant who comes off the bench, right? You know what I mean? I've already touched their forward pack as well. Okay, this game here to me is going to be one-sided. All right, I don't like saying that, but it is what it is. There's no such thing as a 50-50 game here. No. I think right off the gate, Australia will be too strong. Now, granted, Fiji can, I suppose, install a bit of pride, hopefully, and show a bit of heart, but I just think Australia will be too much. That's just the way I see it. Tedesco, Latrell Mitchell, Edo Carr, right? Valentine Holmes, Tawalangi. Everyone's going to be eating, right? Everyone's going to be eating. That's what I think anyway. Now, the question is there a chance? Does Fiji have a chance to do something, whatever that may be? Whether that's lose close, potentially win, a miracle. Look, I won't rule out a miracle, right? There's always that chance of it happening, but I just don't see it, right? I don't see it. I think we can all sort of just relax in this game here and just understand that Australia are going to win and win well, and they'll be ending up obviously being top of the pool in Pool B, and Fiji will be wrestling with Scotland as well as Italy. And that's just the way I see it, right? So there it is. There's not too much to sort of say there. In terms of players to watch, I guess, for Fiji, for me, keep an eye out on Koroisau, right? Koroisau to really lead the pack around. I think he'll be working overtime, to be fair with you guys. As for Australia, I think look at Tedesco. Again, he's ready for another big game. And, hey, the biggest game, the biggest stage of them all, the Rugby League World Cup, International Rugby League. Now, in saying that, the scoreline... obviously Australia win, and I think Australia win by 40 to 50 points. Granted, I believe this Fijian team will be a lot better than what they were against England, but yeah, that's just my thoughts there. However, in saying that, disclaimer, hey, I'm not saying Fiji will, but there's always that little chance, and I suppose I'm just gonna hold that in there, but no, Australia win and win well. Anyway, in saying that, that is me there and done for now. However, before I finish, wrap up as well, just look forward to that Fiji and him. I love the Fiji and him. Beautiful. It just gets the spirit going. It's wonderful. It's sensational. All those good words there. But again, in saying that is me there for now. Thank you very much again, guys, for watching. Bulavanaka. See you guys later. Take it easy. And if you want your team to win, what do they have to do? Hold the ball, mate.